Right now, you are taking a live look at part of the Potomac River in Arlington, Virginia, where Washington, D.C.'s fire chief announced earlier today that the rescue mission had become a recovery mission. We are monitoring the latest updates on the deadly collision that happened right outside our nation's capital.
Here's what we know so far at this hour. So far, 28 bodies have been pulled from the Potomac River. There were 64 passengers on board the plane, 3 on the helicopter. Officials say they are confident they will find all of the remains. The flight data recorders have not yet been recovered, and CBS News confirms that just 1 air traffic controller was working. Normally, there are 2. Andrea Lucia begins our team coverage. She is live from American Airlines headquarters in Fort Worth with reaction there. Andrea.
Yeah, American Airlines CEO issued a statement here overnight confirming that this was an American Eagle flight being operated by PSA Airlines, a subsidiary of American. Now, today the company has remained silent, leaving the updates to federal officials. This afternoon, as recovery efforts continued on the Potomac, the National Transportation Safety Board outlined the investigation it is launching. It is forming groups to zero in on different factors, the people involved, the aircraft involved, and the communication with air traffic control. There was a focus on air traffic control during that White House press conference as well, with the president himself raising concern about the quality of people in that position. He said, quote, that we need naturally talented geniuses. But now, of course, we're hearing that this may have been more of a numbers issue. CBS News has independently confirmed that New York Times report that there was a shortage of air traffic controllers at the time of the crash. 2 sources have confirmed to CBS News that there was 1 person who was managing both the helicopters and the planes, a job that is normally handled by 2 people.
Andrea, I know that there is a lot of information out there already, and you've been working to piece it all together. Can you break down for us the timeline here?
Yeah, I mean, this started with that American Eagle flight taking off from the Wichita airport at about 5:18 yesterday afternoon. According to American, it had 60 passengers and 4 crew members on board. 3.5 hours later, around 8:50 Eastern Standard, preparing to land at Reagan Airport near Washington, D.C., when that U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter enters the picture. There were 3 soldiers on board performing what's been described as an annual proficiency training exercise. Radar shows the commercial plane's path lining up to hit the runway as it descended. The helicopter that's labeled Pat 25 on the radar was flying somewhere between 200 and 400 feet off the ground. In audio recordings, you can hear air traffic control ask the chopper's crew if they see the plane and order them to go behind it. The crash occurs seconds later, and according to the White House, of course, all 67 victims, all of those who were on the plane, all of those who were on the helicopter, were killed.
This is such a tragedy, and it is still unfolding. Andrea Lucia, thank you very much for that live report.